it's kind of hard to keep Shae kind of close up in She's somewhere in this arena. I think you can just make out her ears in the shadows there, trying to fit the whole arena on. It's not working. And you've got the noise from the cowshed in the background, so it'll probably be voiceover again. Still, it's a great way to explain stuff. I'm gonna pick up where I left up last time, and that was episode Shae 12, where I showed you how I lunched her without a line and gave her a task. And so today we're gonna see if she picked that task up. Here we go. I love that she still does that so beautifully. She'll probably do it forever. I hope so. That's me, and that's Shae, and her task is to just keep trotting around me. It's her responsibility to keep the tempo or the energy level going, and it's my responsibility to remind her of what I'm asking of her to do. And as you can see, she's doing it really, really well. Both sides round. Picking up my cues. And then from here, I'm not giving any more cues. So it's her responsibility. She has a job to do and she does it. Which makes me incredibly happy. Oh, she's forgetting it there. So I have to remind her. And I don't know if you saw, but I just lifted my foot and that was enough for her. So give her a reward for that. And then on to the next thing. If you've seen my video on 3 essential things that every rider should know, then you probably recognize that's the cat. Hi cat. Then you probably recognize these things. It's going sideways, moving the hindquarters, and also moving the shoulders. And Shae is here getting incredibly confused about what she needs to do, and that is to move away from me. Now, in general, her right shoulder tends to lean into me a little much, so I practice moving that shoulder away more than moving the other shoulder away. That's nicely done, so she gets a bit of a reward. Now I want her to come toward me. She's getting the signals mixed up, but as soon as she gives the right answer, then I reward her again. I've taken the line off, and it's the same thing. She has a task to do, she has a job to do, and that is keep going around me, and she forgets it here. So I have to be very clear about what I want her to do. She gets a little bit upset about that, not half as upset as she used to get. And away she goes, trotting around me beautifully. Well, I don't have to do anything, just keep an eye on her. And I do try to exert a happy energy, a content energy, not too low energy, not doing nothing. There has to be a difference between that. And as you can see, even though she's looking on the outside, at the outside of the arena, she is paying attention on what I am doing and my body language. Look at that canter. She's starting to really offer a nice canter. In freedom, that is. Under saddle, it's a lot more difficult. We'll try that later on in the clip. And there she tends to get stuck in her corner again. Also, a very old video where she used to get incredibly stuck in that corner, and now she just moves past it most of the time brilliantly like this. Love seeing that. Love how to see how far we've come. And it's just beautiful. At a canter towards me. Asking her to canter. And that one was even better. That I said, oh, schoonheid, which translates to, oh, you gorgeous, beautiful horse.
Wow, she's amazing. We haven't done anything between the last episode and this episode. Really nothing. I put her in her field and I gave her time to think. And this is what happens when she gets time to think. She is so brilliant. You just insert a new lesson and you leave her to ponder about it, and I think she discusses it with her field mate or something, and then you come back and then she's like, hey, I got this. She just lost a piece of her tail, so I'm gonna cut off a bit of her tail now. It's a bit too long for exercises like back up. She's going to step on it and I don't want that to happen. Oh, I'm starting to fall in love. I'm going to cut her tail, get her saddle, and I'll see you back in a minute. Ta-da! Saddled, got my helmet on, ready to ride.
Always do a quick check of your equipment before you get on your horse. Usually people remember to strap on the girth a bit more, but I always check the bridle as well and see if everything is straight and nice, and because they can't fix it themselves. That's our job, talking about jobs to do. Now, steering in riding is still a bit of an issue. I started out with walking her, of course, and letting her decide where to go. And now we're trotting, and I'm sort of experimenting and seeing how much can I steer in a gentle way, and how confused does she get by me steering. And she does get a little bit confused because she's sort of going in very tight figures of 8 here, falling into her shoulders and not at all being balanced, and sort of going all over the place, making pretty sharp turns. That was me steering a little bit. Here's me steering again and her just going the opposite direction. So it's sort of, oh, again, it's an experiment. It's just seeing what we can do. And after a lot of experimenting, this happens. I'm so excited. That was actually me steering in both directions and her adjusting her balance to it. Now this is another thing I do. I shortened it for this video. I just sit here and let her stand and relax for a while. Again, I shortened it for this video. It's not fun to watch. Here's another asking her shoulder to move, and she's still moving her hindquarters a lot, but she's learning. I'm just happy with a few steps. Again here, that's moving her shoulder, and it gets better in the end, so the reward has to come at the correct time. She'll get it, and she'll be more precise soon. That's the hindquarters again. And that is her being incredibly bothered by a fly, and I left this bit in to show you that I'm using the whip to chase away the fly. So the whip isn't always a signal. She picks up on that. She knows the difference between when it's a signal and when it's helping her get rid of flies. Now, after all of that, we did a lot. I'm still doing more. I'm asking her to whoa and back up, and then move her shoulder. So I'm starting to combine all these exercises together, and it's really hard for her because she has to extend her focus.
That was some old stuff and some new stuff, and I'm going to open the big arena now and see if I can get her to canter. Not sure if I want to. It's not going to be a demand. I'm just going to ask and see what happens. Because in the groundwork, she's brilliant with the canter. So give her a rest, open up the big arena, and I'm going to change the camera positions again. So I'll see you in a minute. Ha! Not sure if you can see everything, or I might disappear.
She is on the wrong lead, I know, but I'm so happy that she picked up on the cue for cantering. Again, the wrong lead, but so easily cantering away at a simple kissing sound.
Good girl. Good girl.
Now that little trip is for me a signal that she's getting very tired.
Oh, girlie, you take a break, okay? That was beautiful. She is really, really tired, and she's doing really, really well. So this is the input I'm giving her today. I'm going to put her back in the field to let her think on things, and then if I come back, I'm sure that she's going to tell me that she thought about it and has this canter sorted out. You are a star, you little horse. Yes, you are. I love you. You deserve one of these. Come on, insert. That's your applause. I'm just letting her decide where to go. Oh, she stops at the sound of my voice. That's something that that Bliss does as well. It's one of the pitfalls of using voice commands. There's a lot of advantages to it. Back up, so I'm in camera. Her backup is brilliant. There's a lot of advantages to it, to having voice commands, but there are some pitfalls as well, and that was one of them. On the other hand, if you fall off and you go, then they probably stand still as well. And anything you teach them can be untaught with love. Oh, you're so itchy, and the flies. Let's go walk again. Walking, I let her walk, let her decide where she wants to go. I'm just a passenger, so I try not to steer. Anything I do is a reminder that she should keep walking. So, I hate helmets. I just can't seem to find one that doesn't give me a headache. I think it's because I have an oval-shaped head, especially with my braid. It's like a couple of inches extra. I don't know. Wear a helmet. One more thing left to say. Do you want to say it, Shae? No, she just wants to eat the grass. Don't forget to release your inner Viking. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.